Good day, folks, and welcome to the Frustrated Dropshipper. In this video, I'm going to talk about customer service. When you start getting busy, customer service is going to be pretty much one of your biggest headaches, and it's not the easiest job in the world. It's not the funnest job in the world, and it's not easy to manage when you're just using a email client like Gmail or any of the other Zoho or private host if you use a Namecheap or whichever mailbox you have set up to handle your emails from customers. It's not so bad when you're first starting off because you may get one or two emails every once in a while and you can keep track of it and it's not that hard. However, when you get busy, things escalate pretty fast and it's extremely difficult to keep on top of every single thing that you told every customer, every single email, everything that you have to follow up on, and then add in the social medias where if you're getting messages from people on Facebook and things of that nature, it becomes overwhelming really fast. So I started looking into solutions, and I've heard of these solutions in the past, but I always, before COVID-19, my emails were pretty sparse. I never got much emails. I don't know why majority of the customers never asked me where their package was or anything. I pretty much never got an email except for a general question about a product or something of that nature. So I never actually outsourced my my customer service, and I never set up any systems to handle it. I just answered the emails and went about my day. However, as things started getting a lot more busier with the COVID-19 and people were are home impatient waiting for their products, and then add in the delays on top of it, it was starting to become a real problem. It wasn't so bad on the just replying to the customers. It was more of tracking. So you get an email a week. You get an email one day that says, "I never heard back from you after you said you would do X," or to follow up with a question or anything like that. Then you're trying to go back through, trying to find the previous emails, trying to figure out what you told that customer and what you were supposed to do for that customer. So once it started getting like that, I changed systems and I went and set up a ticketing system for me to use. And then once I start getting busy, where I was spending 3 or 4 hours a day answering emails, I started looking into outsourcing it. So I'm going to discuss each of those things here, and hopefully this video goes smoothly because I am only about a quarter way through my coffee, and it was a late night. So without further ado, let's get into it, and I'll just go down through the list to probably make it a bit easier. So like as I mentioned, the first and foremost of the thing I recommend right from the get-go, as soon as you launch your store, set up a ticketing system to handle it. Get your emails away, get your customer questions and everything away from answering them in an email itself, like Gmail or any of those. So that's the first thing I recommend. Don't, from day one, get a ticketing system. Your life will be so much better. Second thing I recommend is to actually start creating templates. So if you're answering customers' emails and you're getting the constant emails like, "I didn't realize your products was imported," well, create a template that explains why you choose to purchase your products and have them shipped directly to them from other countries versus importing and shipping from a warehouse within their country. For me, for one of my stores, I sell only within Canada, and on that store, I tell them, like, this is a business I run. My daughter helps me with my drop shipping, and I let them know that this is a family. For the small Canadian one, I let them know, I said, this is a family-owned Canadian company. However, due to the cost of storage for warehousing, and the cost of shipping in Canada, because Canada Post rates are extremely expensive compared to most other areas. It's actually cheaper to ship the product from China to Canada than it is to ship it from one part of Canada to another, so that's crazy. So I just let them know that we are a small Canadian company, or a Canadian family-owned Canadian company. Due to storage cost and everything in Canada, we decided to partner with fulfillment companies, and those fulfillment companies are the sellers on AliExpress, or the agent I'm dealing with, or an actual fulfillment company, or directly with a supplier, or directly with a manufacturer. I'm not going to get into specific details with a customer because they don't need to know that. So I just give them a blanket answer of I've partnered with fulfillment companies to handle the sourcing and shipping of my products. They don't need to know specifically if it's an actual fulfillment company or an agent acting as a fulfillment company or whatever the case may be. So that's irrelevant to them. They just need to know that we don't store the products in Canada and we import them shipped directly to them from our fulfillment. So you definitely want to set up a template to be able to answer those questions very quickly. There's multiple ways you can do it. You can create a mind map like I've done here. You can just put it all into Excel. You can put it into notes on Google, a text file on your computer. I'll get into what I do now in a few minutes. As well, if any questions that you answer on a regular basis and it's something that's not specific to that customer, such as where do you ship your products from, or how long does it take to process my order, or when will my order be shipped out, that kind of questions, I would definitely go in and update your frequently asked questions page as well as your shipping policy to answer all of those questions. So as many questions as you can answer in your FAQ and shipping policy will benefit you and your customer. It'll benefit your customer because the information is there. The answers to their question is there for them to read before they order. If they choose to just come to your store, place an order, and they didn't even read your FAQ or they didn't even read your shipping policy, then you have a bit of leverage if they get upset when they get their tracking number and it's coming from China and they didn't know. Excuse me one second, I want to drink my coffee. So yeah, if you have everything transparent on your store and your FAQ and your shipping policy as answers to pretty much every question or every concern that they have, it's very hard for them to continue to be upset with you for not knowing something because they didn't bother to go read it. So for example, if a customer writes me, because it's a Canadian store, and they write me and say, I didn't know this was coming from China. How come you didn't tell me? Or how come you misled me to believe that this was being shipped from Canada? I have a very easy way to respond. I thank them for their order. I apologize for the confusion. I direct them to, I don't like to direct them as in, go look at this. I just say, we put a lot of effort into our shipping policy and FAQ pages to make sure that all of our customers are aware of what to expect when ordering from us. Under the under the FAQ page, we covered that when ordering from us, our products are not stored in Canada and we ship them from another country. So I can outline each of their concerns or their things that they're upset about for not knowing. I can easily say, well, I thank you for your order. I'm sorry you weren't aware. However, we put a lot of effort into ensuring that this information is available to you for you to read before placing your order so that you are aware. So that's the way I approach it. I put a lot of effort into my FAQ and shipping policy because it helps me afterwards when customers are upset that things are not as they expected, and the reason it's not as they expected turns out to be because they didn't read. It's not that we misled them or I was hiding anything or I'm sneaky or anything. I have it all laid out for them. They just chose to place their order without reading the shipping policy, which I never understood, because anytime I order online, the first thing I want to know, especially if it's an unknown, it's different from Amazon, but if it's an unknown website that I first time finding, I'm going to want to know, what's my shipping cost? Am I going to get import duties? Where is it coming from? That kind of stuff. So you definitely want to inform your customer and keep everything transparent as possible. You don't have to say all of our products are shipped from China, because I have, in one of my stores, I have over 300 products, and majority of the products come from China, just like the majority of everything you own comes from China. But I've had products come from Turkey, and I don't know, I think I've had products come from France. I might have had an order at one point come from Russia. There's so many. Actually, I've had one product come from Canada. I ordered it on AliExpress, and it actually shipped from Canada. It surprised me. The seller was Canadian, apparently. So you never know when you're ordering from AliExpress. Yes, 99.9% of the time the order is going to be coming from China, but not always. So in my FAQ page, I just tell them that we partner with fulfillment companies in various countries, and your order will be shipped direct from one of these directly to you. And that just covers that. And it also covers the fact that some certain percentage of customers think as soon as they hear that it's coming from China, their immediate thought is, oh, this must be junk. And it's not. I actually own a small retail store that's outside of the dropshipping world, and I order products for that store from AliExpress from time to time, and some of the products we've ordered is really nice. We have some glass lamps that we've ordered, and they're beautiful handmade lamps, and they're definitely, we sell them for like $75 a pop. So there's a lot of nice quality products on on AliExpress, and yes, there's a lot of junk there as well. So yeah, that's how I handle that. So enough rambling here. So getting down to the meat and bones of this video, what I do now, and I do it for every single new store that I create, is I set up a ticketing system. There's lots of them out there, and there's two that are kind of the popular ones. I don't know, I think Zendesk is the leader in the space, but I prefer Freshdesk, and I'll go through some of that now with you in a second. I don't want my coffee to get cold, so hold on a second. Geez, I'm not drinking that fast enough. So let me go ahead and bring up Freshdesk's homepage. I have everything ready. So actually, let me jump over to Zendesk first. So with Zendesk, as you can see in their little screenshot, it's a ticketing system. It's pretty straightforward. Well, it kind of looks a bit confusing, but it's pretty straightforward, and it allows you to have any support questions created into a ticket that you can go in and work. When you work a ticket, you can reply to the customer, you can leave notes for yourself, you can I'm assuming Zendesk will let you do follow-ups and reminders and stuff like that nature. So basically, it's just a easy way that all of your emails are boxed together into little tickets. And this works great because you can go in and you can immediately see every new question, every new ticket that's come in that you need to work, but you can also see every other ticket that you've ever worked, and you can see every other ticket that you need to follow up on. So if you're checking with a supplier on something, or if you're checking on a return or anything at all, anything that you need to go back and check on, the ticket is there and easily accessible. And then when you've replied to a customer and you close off your ticket, that's out of sight, out of mind. It's still there if you ever have to go back and reference it. And if the customer ever replies back to you, your ticket will reopen again, so it comes in as another ticket to work, but it's still the same ticket with all the previous history. And I'm assuming Zendesk does the same thing. You can see every other ticket that's associated with that email address. So if the customer has written you 10 times in one day, you can easily see all 10 messages. Or if they've written you 6 times in the last 6 months and you need to go back and read other emails or anything from the previous communications, um, that's all there easily to access, and it's all grouped together and makes life easier. So this is what I recommend starting off from day one. Go ahead and set up a service such as Zendesk is the leader, I guess, so to speak. I'm sure there's probably better ones. I chose to use Freshdesk, and the reason I chose Freshdesk is it met my needs and it was free. And that's pretty much why I chose it. With Zendesk, the screenshot's very hard to see, but as you can see there, every ticket that comes in is opened. There's priorities that you can set for these tickets. There's statuses you can set for them, and you can filter if you assign a ticket to yourself, for example, to follow up on, or if you set a tag or anything to follow up, you can assort all of your tickets by your name and stuff. So basically I could easily go in each day and filter by follow-up, because I create a tag called follow-up, and now I can see every single person I need to follow up with, so I can go in and see if there's anything new for those customers. Once a ticket is replied, you can go ahead and close it down, close it off, so it's out of sight, out of mind. You can go back and click up here and view all tickets, so you can go back and check everything, and it's a really nice system. You can pay for the extra features, but I find after doing over 700 tickets in the last couple months with this system, the free one works perfectly fine for me. There's obviously some extra features that are nice in the paid version, but I'm perfectly happy with the free version for now, and I'll upgrade later if I need to. So the pricing for Freshdesk, what I have is called Sprout, which is free with unlimited agents. So if you hire someone on freelance, on Fiverr or Upwork or elsewhere, you can add as many agents as you want to that system, and it's no cost, which is really nice. However, there are some benefits to upgrading. The biggest benefit to upgrading would be the collision detection. And what this means is if you have 5 agents logged in at the same time, all working tickets, it's in your best interest of you and your customer and your agents that everyone knows who's working on what ticket. So in the Sprout version for free, you could have 2 agents in the same ticket, both of them writing a response, both of them sending a response, and the customer gets 2 separate responses for the same question. And if there's differences in that response, well, 1, is going to cause confusion, and 2, if there's differences in that response, you could have a very upset customer if one agent said one thing and the other one said something completely different or slightly different. So you don't want to create that scenario. I only have myself, and I recently hired one other person, and our 2 jobs in there are different, so there won't be any collisions. He handles all the new request that comes in, and I handle everything that needs to be escalated. So if there's a problem that I need to solve. So basically the way it works is he will work all the tickets, and then he will assign tickets to me that I need to work. So there's no conflict of no collisions happening, because I'm not working the brand new tickets that are coming in anymore. He's handling that, and I handle the stuff that needs my attention. So Sprout still works fine for us. However, if you have multiple people working tickets at the same time, you need to come up with a solution for that. You can either upgrade and pay to have that collision detection there, or another solution is just create a group in Skype have all your agents as part of that group and just have them post their ticket number as they're working it. Or so you can do that so that simply an agent going to work a ticket will peek in the chat, see if that ticket is being worked. If it's not, put in that ticket number and start working it. Another solution as well, now it's not going to eliminate all the collisions, but another solution is you have the option of adding a private message to every ticket. And this is just like a little note to yourself or to another agent that you can use if when you're following up with the ticket. So another thing you could do is just tell your agents or train your agents that as soon as they open the ticket, they're going to put in working as a private message, so that if another agent opens up that ticket, they'll see someone's already working on it and move on to the next one. So that's two ways that you can handle minimizing the collisions without paying the extra fee. But if you want to pay the extra fee and have that automatic, you also get some extra features in there as well. So it could be beneficial to you. For my needs, I'm quite happy with the free version. So yeah, so that's it. You can use Zendesk, which is considered one of the bigger companies, but you pay right from the start. Or you can use something like Freshdesk, which works perfectly fine. I haven't had any complaints with Freshdesk since I started using them, and the free version fits my needs, so I'm completely happy with that. I'm not sure with Zendesk, and I'm assuming they do it. I can't see why they wouldn't. But one thing with Freshdesk, and there's a couple of different ways that you can set up your email or your ticket creation. So what I chose to do, because it works fine. It's the only way I can put it. It's cheap, it's easy, and it works, and customers don't care. So you can go in Freshdesk and you can have either all your emails forwarded to Freshdesk and then tickets are created. You can send emails to a Freshdesk email address that you're given when you sign up, or you can use your own domain email address. Coffee time, hold on. So if you want your email to be support@myawesomestore.com, you can set that up in Freshdesk, and there's a bit of work involved with doing that. It's not overly complicated, and if you're familiar with email and setting things up with your domain register, you can do that. I did that. I started to do that, and then I said, well, it's not really worth it. It's not worth my time. So I changed it. You can do what I'm doing, and I'm just using the free email address that comes provided by Freshdesk, and it looks as support at your store name, so whatever you register when you're creating your Freshdesk account .freshdesk.com, and that's pretty easy to set up. And the way that I set this up for Shopify is I go into my Shopify store, I go into settings, general, and under here where it says customer email, this is where you're going to put in this go back here, this support email address that Freshdesk provides to you, and you put that in as your customer email and save it. So every time a email is sent out by Shopify, this is the return email address that's provided. So if a customer replies to any order notifications or changes to orders, it automatically goes to this email, and which automatically creates a ticket. As well as if you create a contact us page in Shopify, that contact forum will go to send the email to the customer, and when they reply, it goes to your Freshdesk email address, which creates the ticket. So pretty much if you use the free email they provide and throw it in here, 99% of your customer replies will automatically get created as tickets. And in the end of the day, I've never had one customer say to me that they didn't that I'm using Freshdesk or even acknowledge. They don't care. So it doesn't really matter. They don't care if they're sending an email to support@yourstore.com or support@yourstore.freshdesk.com. At the end of the day, they don't care. So that's what I recommend. Go ahead and from the get-go, go ahead and set up Freshdesk. Use the free account. Pay for the extra account if it suits your needs. You can use your email address that they provide, or you can set up your own. I think it's just fine to use the one they give, but that's your personal choice. And that's it. That's the tips I have for handling customer service. Now, if you're getting busy, because like I said, I was spending upwards of $400, 4 hours a day answering customer emails, and quite honestly, before I've owned my own businesses and stuff like that, I spent many years working for a tech support company for an American customer, answering American customer service support questions and comments and stuff. And after speaking to well over 80,000 plus people over the years I was there, I'm not a fan of answering customer service emails. It's one of the parts that I hate the most. I enjoy positive communication. Like I love my customers, but customers, unfortunately, because they're behind a keyboard, and it really doesn't make much difference when they're behind a phone either, but because they're behind a keyboard, they're a lot more rude, they're a lot more impatient, and it starts getting to you. Because if you have a good store, you're selling a good product, and you're doing your best to provide the best service possible. The pandemic has really caused some headaches, but you're doing everything you can to ensure that your customers are getting your products. But there's going to be a percentage of people that are just horrible to deal with, unfortunately. They don't care. Like, I've been called a liar, a scammer, and everything under the sun. And this is not even people that are being scammed, so to speak. Like, I have one customer recently who's been nothing but a pain since pretty much day one. He ordered it on Sunday, we shipped it on Tuesday, and he's been complaining ever since Thursday they haven't gotten the product yet. We've reached out to him, we've communicated with him, we've done everything we can to let him know that the product is on its way. And we told him that the customs in LA right now is really slow because there's lots of delays and stuff there, and the shipping is not even like crazy long. It's just delays in the customs, and then USPS is running a bit slow. And no matter everything we tell them, he don't care. He's just upset that he didn't get his keychain. Oops, I gave away a product. It's a novelty keychain. I'm not going to tell you where, what niche it's in, but yes, I'm selling a novelty keychain. But he's upset that he didn't get his keychain in 2 days. A novelty, a little novelty he bought online. And we have it in our shipping policy to expect long delays and stuff like that because of the pandemic. And he's been complaining and upset and posting on our pages and doing everything he can because he haven't gotten it in the 2 days after it was shipped. And we've reached out to him and told him, said, like, sorry, it's taken a long time. Customs is really slow right now. You should be getting it in a little bit. Might take a bit longer than expected. And he don't care. He don't reply to 90% of the messages we send him, but he'll go out 5 minutes later and complain that he ordered it and we're not shipping it, or he ordered it and it hasn't arrived yet, and this is ridiculous. And it's just nonstop. And it's not even a week. I don't even think it's been 2 weeks since it's been shipped, and he's already opened the PayPal dispute, or the PayPal refund. Dispute claim. So I fight the PayPal claims. I fight them with my every last breath, unless there's a problem. If there's a problem where the shipping is canceled or anything of that nature, or USPS might have lost it, then I'm going to go ahead and send them another one for free or refund them. I'm very flexible with my refund and return policy and stuff like that. But for customers who are completely unreasonable or ignorant and rude, I'm gonna fight the cases. I'm not just gonna. I don't agree with. I don't agree with rewarding ignorant, rude people. So the people that spend their entire time not reading policies, don't care about how long shipping it takes, have their own ideal of when they think items should arrive, regardless of when you tell them it should arrive, and then go ahead and file disputes with their bank or with PayPal stating that they didn't get the item when they expected it. I'm not going to just give them a refund. Yes, that in the long run, that could hurt my business, but this is a what do I want to call it? It's not a pride thing. It's a pet peeve of mine that complainers, or the squeaky wheel gets the grease, is what they say, and it's true in almost everything in life. The squeaky wheel, the person who is loud and rude and ignorant, usually gets their way. And I really want to run a great business, but I don't want to reward those people that are unreasonable and are rude. The people that gets everything they want because they're being an asshole. I don't think those people deserve to be rewarded. I like to reward and treat my customers well who are nice and reasonable people. Being upset is a different story. Like I don't mind if you're upset, because uh, being upset is a natural reaction, but just being rude and unreasonable and things like that. Like we have customers who uh, order a product, they don't write us and say, I'm just wondering the status, or I didn't get my tracking number, can I get it again, or any nice polite conversation. Their first email after they order, with no other comments or anything, is, where the hell is my product? And do those type of people need to be rewarded? No, I don't believe so. So yeah. Either way, sorry, I'm gone off on a tangent. Getting back to getting back to where what I was trying to get into is, you, for your own mentality and your own happiness, I suggest that you start outsourcing your customer service to freelancers or other people as quick as you can, just so you can focus on running your business rather than working in your business. So there's a few places that you can outsource your, I think it's jobs.ph. Let me double check. I might have typed that in wrong. I didn't check it. No, it's not. So Philippine jobs. Hold on one second here now. Oh, thanks, Google. Nice for running slow. Onlinejobs.ph, that's it. So, yeah, sorry. So, yeah, there's a few ways that you can outsource it. I went on Fiverr and found a person there. You could go on Upwork and find someone there as well, or a popular way with a lot of the bigger, it's not jobs.ph. Let me go back here. With a lot of the, why is my internet so slow? With a lot of the bigger dropshippers, is they are using a service such as onlinejobs.ph. This is a job bank in the Philippines. So for these type of positions, for these type of posts here, you pay like $60 a month, but you can pay for 1 month, get the person you want to hire, and then stop paying, so you don't have to pay every single month. But the benefits of this online jobs forum is that you're not dealing with freelancers per se. You're dealing with people in the Philippines who are looking for specific types of jobs, and you can find people that are really good for a really good price, and you can hire them monthly. So the purpose of, or the main benefit of using a service like this, is that you will get qualified people. They are verified, qualified people, because a lot of the stuff there you can check their credentials, and they're fairly cheap. You can pay somewhere around 400 to 500 a month and have someone handle all your customer service for free. Now, I lucked into finding someone on Fiverr, but I want you to be very cautious when hiring from Fiverr and Upwork, especially Fiverr. The thing I notice about our hiring from Fiverr is that every single person will promise the world, but very few of them will deliver. Hold on, more coffee. So as a recent example, not related to customer service, I have a small catering company that we have a website where we post most of our events and things we do on our Facebook page, but we have a section on our website where we show the things we're doing as well. But we don't update the website as often as we update the Facebook page. So I was looking for someone on Fiverr to just take the post from Facebook, the picture and the text, and put it into our website. We're using WordPress, so it should be really easy to do. I could pop off the first one within 5 minutes, and each additional one I could do 2 or 3 a minute, no problem. Very easy. It's just copy and paste, download and upload. Like, super simple job. I contacted 6 freelancers on Fiverr who are WordPerfect experts, and had them to try to get them to do the work. Every single one of them promised that they could do it, and every single one of them, I asked them a simple test. I said, because our Facebook page has everything from comments we make, things we share, menu pricing updates, as well as events and stuff we do, over the run of a month there might be 6 events in there sprinkled in between other items. So all I told the freelancer is, as a test, just to make sure I know you understand what's needed, post the first or the latest event that you would grab from Facebook and put in the store and copy it in the Fiverr chat. So I wanted them to download and upload the image to Fiverr and copy and paste the text. And that's all. So I wanted to see if they understood the concept to go out to the Facebook page, scroll down through the list, find the latest event that we were to copy and paste that and put it into Fiverr. And only one of those 6 freelancers understood the concept. Every one of them promised that they understood and could do it, but only one actually understood the requirements and understood it right away. Some of them I needed to explain it 4 or 5 times. Other ones copy and pasted completely wrong items. Some of them posted the right item, but they didn't post the information. They copied like the entire thing. Some of them went and did something completely wrong. I have no clue what they were even thinking. So you have to be very careful hiring, especially if you're hiring for customer service, because you're going to want to have a good customer service person. So be very careful. That's all I have to say for Fiverr. I was very lucky. I went and found a fairly new freelancer on Fiverr. I chatted back and forth with them a few times. I wanted to get a feel for how they speak to me, because how they speak to me should relate to how they speak to my customers. I want to make sure that their English was good, their grammar is good, and they actually respond with complete sentences and things of that nature. So I went through probably 6, 7 or so different freelancers. I was looking for cheap, so because at the time I didn't want to spend a whole lot on the customer service. I just needed some help, and so I was looking for cheap. I found a few. I chose the one I thought was going to be the best one, and then I hired him for a weekend to give him a test to see if I liked this service. His responses were good. He was still learning the system, so it was a few hiccups along the way, but everything seemed like it was working well, and then I went ahead and um, paid him for a week and tested him for a week, worked out some of the stuff from there. And then I hired him for the month, and then now I've been hiring him ever since for a full month. And I'm actually only paying him $150 US per month to handle all my customer service emails. And at the end of the month, I give him a tip, usually around 20%. So it works out to be just under $200 a month to have him handle all of my customer service. And he also does a bit of VA work as well. So when he's got some free time between tickets, he can work on some other stuff and help me out in other ways as well. But his primary job is the customer service. So I lucked into him. You're probably, if you're hiring full time, you're probably looking at about 400 to 500 a month. If you find someone 200 a month, that's good. That's gonna be you're gonna be pretty lucky in that aspect. Please don't ask me his information because honestly, I'm kind of have him working a lot, and I want to keep him. Sorry, but just do your research. I'm sure you'll find good sellers on Fiverr and Upwork. Just do your due diligence. Make sure that you're doing enough communication with them to make sure that they are a good fit for your company. So yep, that's it. This is a long-winded video, and I've talked a lot during this video, but I think outsourcing your customer service is very important once you start growing a bit. At the very minimum, set up your ticketing system from the get-go. It'll just save you so much trouble, and with services like Freshdesk being free, you can be up and running from day one with a free service. So I highly recommend it, and I think this is something that you should be setting up from the beginning. So that's it. One other point I like to make, and I'll create a new mind map here to illustrate it. So one thing that I like to do is I start doing flowcharts and how-to videos. So I'll create a video like I'm doing now, showing my agent how to do specific tasks. So how to cancel an order, I create a video that just shows you how to cancel an order, how to refund, how to answer certain things, how to do certain things. I'll create specific videos like this one to do it. But in addition to that, I will use, now this is Xmine. It's free to use. I have been using this trial for 146 days. It has watermarks and stuff like that, so obviously if you want to have the full functionality, you can pay for the version, but I'm quite happy with the free version. And I'll get back here in a second with the free version because it does what I need. But one thing that I do with my agents is I create flowcharts. So I'll come into Xmine, I'll change the structure to be underneath like this, and I will create a flowchart such as when to issue a refund. And then I'll get rid of these for now. And then I will go as the order been shipped, and I'll create a yes, no, under yes, under yes. What's wrong with this today? Under yes, so as the order been shipped, yes. As it did the customer receive it? Yes, no. Advise customer of return policy. No. Is there a problem with the shipping? Yes. Offer to resend or refund. Customer chooses refund. Issue refund. Oops. Stop it. Customer chooses to resend. Process resend a product. So basically just simple thing like that. So I'll create a flowchart for everything I want the freelancer to handle so that they have answers to their questions. So if the freelancer wants to know when to issue a refund, I'll create a flowchart that says, has the order been shipped? Well, if it has been shipped, then here's the flow to handle it being shipped. No, it's not been shipped, so go ahead and just cancel the order and issue the refund. But you could add in things like, well, ask them why they want to cancel, because maybe it's something you can help them with and be able to save the order. Or, has the order been shipped? Yes. Did the customer receive it? Yes, they did. Well, then they're going to get a refund. They need to return the product back to us to get a refund, or whatever your ship return policy is. Did the customer receive it? No. Well, is there a problem with the shipping? Yes. Well, then offer to resend or refund it. If there's no problem with the shipping, then tell them that they need to wait longer because the item is in transit and they can't get a refund until they return it back to us. Things of that nature. So I use Xminds and I create these mind maps of the flowchart of what I want, the outcome I want from my freelancer for every specific thing I want them to do. So if I want them to resend a product, I'll create a flowchart on when and how to resend a product. If I want them to issue refunds, then when and where to enter refunds, when to cancel, and everything that I want to outline to them, I'll create a flowchart and give it to them so that they don't need to ask me the same question over and over and over, and they feel confident they know what to do in a specific situation. And if anything new comes up, I'll just create a new flowchart, and if it's complicated, I'll create a new video to go along with it. So that's it. That's my long-winded video on on my tips on making sure you can deal with your customer service in an efficient and less stressful way. So I hope you found the video useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification button so that you become notified when I send out new videos. I'm going to try to focus on more and more videos, but it's been a crazy few months with COVID-19 and everything. And I'm still very busy with a lot of my stores. So hopefully I can pop off a lot of these videos as much as I can to help you out with your dropshipping business and your store and your Facebook and your Instagram and any other service and product related to dropshipping. So hope you like it. Have a good day. And if you stayed to the end of this long-winded rambling video with a few pet peeves and tangents along the way, I really appreciate it, and you probably have more patience than I do. Have a great day, and talk to you later.